Hi, so my inside. Um, yeah, I had few certain doubts, especially on the M10's one, from where your 50 is in a range and 20 goes below 50, and then suddenly you get a CB, 1020 is up, and in certain cases, what happens is that we wait for price to come and take support again at 50, and in certain cases, it gives an M10, especially in the recent cases like CDSL, Repco Home, Wind Machine, Mindtech, and on these types of stocks. So this is my priority. So first, as this is gonna be a doubts and a discussions session. So I would like to discuss that what I'm seeing, and I will discuss about the doubts later. So first on my list are the priority list. So Apollo Pipes. Apollo Pipes, my entry. Actually, this was a compulsive entry, and this is in my holding cycle. So what actually the thing is, my SL got hit, but I did not book the Apollo Pipes wala scene. So I'm still holding this position. But I've pledged the amount and I can use that pledged amount for 5 days. So I can hold any positions for say 3 4 days in different stocks. So this is just Apollo Pipes is just in the list because I'm holding this one. Actually, it wasn't a good trade because we got a single candle here and more like an exhaustion candle, I feel. And but that time actually I was a bit. Yeah, new to this thing, exhaustion and everything, so my checklist wasn't ready, and I may have made a position over here, this flattening of the MAs, and thinking that on weekly this will be a faster MA, so D might give us a V12 type structure. So but yeah, my stop loss was hit over here, but I did not book the loss. I'm still in certain losses, but okay, I'm holding this one because I'm not booking the loss. uh, the next one is SJVN, sir. Yeah, SJVN was definitely my setup. The monthly wasn't the best, of course, definitely. The monthly wasn't the good one. But on daily, if you see, um, it was a V25 types good structure. Like you got here CB flattening, again one more CB flattening. This DC was where I was more active at, and then from this DC again it tried to make this higher low, so I was just seeing to buy under this higher low. The hourly uh, was like this. Made a position over here, but since this thing happened, so I have removed my position after this thing happening. Not the best thing to see, I guess, because now my 10 20 50, now it's going below 50, and it's sloping like this. The curve is just going like this. So that's what I'm seeing. So but again, I'm watching that maybe we can get a trade. I'm just watching how this thing works, because I'm struggling on those types of setups where um, prices the your price your 50s is flat, price goes below 50, your 20 also, so on few cases 20 is also going below 50, suddenly you are getting a CB, and your 10 20 are upsloping. Now the confusion here arises that whether it will take support on 50, or it will give me my M10, like the CDSL, Repco Home, or Mindtech, Wind Machine. All those were the examples. Of course, we'll discuss those. So yeah, so these were the setups. IOB also, I kind of was the particular thing which I was talking with you right now, was of this. So we got a good expansion. Of course, relativity might kick in, but and it has kicked in. It has to kick in. It hasn't kicked in on W, because W will be my STF over here. So yeah, yes sir. W. So yeah, I was thinking of buying here. I guess I even bought IOB. Okay, not the good buy. This is what I was seeing. But yeah, of course, W relativity is there. So IDB IOB is not the best one. Jyoti CNC is a really good one. So the Jyoti CNC, this over here, the DNA was the best. We went in a range. We went to not the best. We discussed this, and you did praise me about this over here. because I guess I mentioned that the DNA. You loved my presentation of this stock. This one, यहाँ पे we got the DNA, the color coded candle यहाँ पे आया है, not over here but here. So that's a good sign. When we were discussing, I guess we were discussing this in AWHCL. Also, we discussed the same few. I guess in November we discussed back in November, and we did mention that the color coded or the higher CB, came afterwards. So here again, what I'm trying to see is that coming near the lows, or probably giving a V12 type. And officially, I've seen that whenever we get V12s on daily like these, your hourly is at 200. So. Yeah, so this is what I'm seeing. Again, a bit of confusion, a bit of unclear I was, because during the Linde India, you okay, that was a particular M10, that particular scene was of M10, but over there also, your 20 went below 50. Now you get certain DCs, and your 10-20 goes up. So how do we look in over here, or probably can we anticipate another move, near the low of the the latest good color coded CB, and we get a range at 200, and we get a down move, flattening, up move DC, and from there we can see the move. So how do we take into the picture? IDBI. So next is IDBI. Um, my net is a bit slow. Yeah, IDBI again. I was expecting a good M10 over here. Beautiful candle this was. Like honestly, the best, I guess. Yeah, this rig really looked really good to me, because you get a DC. I know this will be a silly doubt, but I wanted to know one more thing. Like certain times I've also seen that, for example, this is a 5% candle. After the next move, if at all it would have gone up, we see a moves of like near 8%, sometimes 13%. So why is that? Of course, my good candle over here will be of 10%, 13%. But of course, here it didn't give the good move. If at all a good move would have happened, why do we? Because it's a best candle to see, or we were, the ace one, or ace example also, when we were discussing, I did mention that the earlier CB in ace we got was. Over here was of 18%. So why didn't this go 18%? Of course, later it did go 18%. So how do we see things at, like, how uh, uh, do we take things? Even this was a 12% CB. I guess CB, the good candle. So just silly doubt, like how do we position? Because this way it will be easy to position ourselves. Like, I can, if I'm seeing that 18% is the best thing. So over here, booking near the highs would have been my target. So uh, to have a ready plan, okay, well, how my plan will be and how I will execute it. So this was the question, the thing about the silly doubt about ACE, but about the DNA. So yeah, IDBI is like this. IDBI really loved the 10-20 consolidation, but the only red flags I think was of the single candle DC. It acted as a CB, and that's it. The move faded. That too on hourly. So, but the consolidation was really good. The 10-20, beautiful. Like over here, if you see the price flattening here, again a price flattening here. Again, when the price came, I think I bought some here. IDBI. I bought some for intraday as well. I thought I might get the move in the particular day, because this day scandal was a good inside bar. But yeah, just like Castrol, I was thinking. But yeah, it did give the down move, and now I guess the MS are also flattening. Nozzle. So nozzle over here, we see that we got a DC 50 flat, 20, 10, and 20 down sloping. To, I guess it's a flattish now, but I guess 10 is an in an upslope, and from 10 we did get a DC again. We got a here a DC. We get some push from over here. So now I did wanted to ask you: is this a good buy? Um, is this a good buy? Because I feel that now here you got a reaction. So any inside bars over the 10, and you get the move. This is how the overview is of this chart, and It's a better one. Yeah. Why I'm looking at nozzle is because of its M. M, we got the move from the 10. So because the energy and it's super away from the MS as well. So definitely we got the correction over here. And it's definitely lower shadow. So yeah, so this is what the setup we are seeing on weekly, that they click like this, and on daily it will be something like this. Yeah, where your MAs are intermingled. So of course the flattening of uh, the price, and then uh, probably near the 10 MA is what I'm looking at. So Castrol was just for Castrol was in my list. It's just still there, just to monitor it. Of course, the beautiful move. I was thinking Castrol might go some more down, might give us a 10-20, near the low of this DC. And if the price was flattening near this low of this DC, it would have been the best. Or probably price falling at 250. Again, we get a CB, that VCC or any good consolidation, and then you get a move. But yeah, Castrol was definitely a good one. So next one I had was DSSL. Yeah, DSSL, of course. Just for reference purpose, the slopes were flattening. Navkar, one of my personal favorites. Of course, the RSI won't support over here. But what I was anticipating is that again in RSI, of course, in the RSI video, you did mention about the range. So now this is in a bearish range because the RSI has hit, I guess, 20, below 20 over here. Yeah, over this spot, the RSI was below 20, and the 2060 range just shows us that it's in a bearish range. But still, what I was anticipating here was, of course, the VCC is still there, but also if you see, you got a CB, the energy it took, the intermingling of MAs, the MAs were wide, energy took, relativity fall, again you got a CB, again you got a fall, again you got a DC. Now the MAs are super intermingled. So what I was anticipating is that we might get a good candle move is of like say 20%, so above 15% at least. You could we get a good candle, the RSI touches 60, and then we could sell the particular stock. So just anticipating, I don't have a position over here. Of course the DNA is not the best, you have longer wicks over here. So that's what I was anticipating, that we get a good move. And of course the move would not be the best because we are in a bearish, even in RSI is bearish. I guess the RSI might touch 60, so that is what I'm anticipating. Linda India was just for reference purpose. Again, the H which you on Arley when you showed this thing, so that it was an M10. Of course, relativity wise, still the relativity wise, we might anticipate it might come to 20, below 10. It might go below 10, but a good one, of course. Yeah, and the moving averages came up over here. Yeah, 10-20. So even the similar like this was in eMudra. Yeah, eMudra hardly. I was anticipating over here. Yeah. So your MAs were like this. Suddenly from downslope to upslope, I was thinking to buy here. I was waiting for few more, three or four, two or three, accumulative of candles. But yeah, it gave a good move. I was targeting the highs, and good move it gave. Indian Hume, of course. Actually, the 17.4 series when I watched, there you did mention, you did compare Rico with Indian Hume, so uh, definitely a good one. You got a CB here, another CB here. Now, how do you think? So now here earlier it was 10, 20 was down, up, it came up. Now what was acting as a resistance? These MAs were acting as a resistance. Now they are acting as a support. So hourly pay, you will see that 200 ka thing. Yes, definitely. Yeah. So how is this Indian Hume pipe? How is the DNA? So I'm seeing a bit of single candle and long wicks, not the best ones, and single candle ones I'm seeing. So not those on hourly, like you got three candles on hourly and it took the move, but more like a single candle thing. So, of course, I would not a good one right now because it's volatile. But of course, if it flattens, how would we see on W, as W being my STF, and of course D also I keep my STF as. CMS info, just like, so CMS info is not the best DNA. In fact, if you see in the daily, these gave single candle high volume type structures on daily. So not the best ones. Yeah, over here, single candle, single color coded candle we got. Not the best, but it was. I guess it's a new, not a new 2 year old stock. Consolidation was good, but not the best DNA. So maybe we could anticipate a good over here, good candle over here. But again, in anticipation. So this is my, not my the priority type, but just in my stocks watch list. Sand again, those types of structures where your 50 is downsloping. Not the best CB we got here, not the best DNA. Still, similar to Nozzle, where we saw that we got a DC coming near the low of the DC, and over here, flattening of the price near the MA and going up. So again, of course, if we, I'll go to Salazar now. If you see this chart over here, the time it will take, I feel that it will take some more time because of looking at RHS, the relative structure, the relative time it took here, it took here, it took here. So similar to Salazar, I guess. Salazar on weekly was similar to it, because if you see here on weekly, look at the LHS was like this, and we got like this similar candle. Now we might think, okay, the buy might come over here, but it gapped up, fell down, inside bar, and boom. So it takes some time relatively. So even I was seeing that a certain time can be taken over here on weekly. Um, yeah, this was again a nice weekly setup. Uh, Monthly is like this and daily is like this. So over here again the same type, single candle on daily, and the way it fell down. So how do we trade this? I'm not comfortable trading this, but on weekly I spotted these few inside bars. Weekly M10. So weekly M10 now because it's coming from a V25. So how would the things be over here? So just for those, and next is, yeah, Lloyds. I'm just waiting for a weekly M10. It will be daily V12 or V25. I'm hoping for a. I'm anticipating for a. Not hoping. I'm anticipating a daily V12 because on monthly it is like this. The M is shallow. M is super shallow. So it's a 16% down candle, but the correction has been a bit shallow types. You got 95%, and your candles are like 15% from the move. Yeah, 15 to 20%. Uh, Not the best shallow, but over here again you got a DC type. You got single candle consolidation, and again it's trying to go up. So this is what I'm seeing, that some faster moves and a bigger moves where your monthly will be merged with your weekly, and if we get an entries in daily, so this will just be like a gallant spat. Earlier how we I how we discussed about gallant spat, where your monthly, weekly, and daily were combined. Okay, so this is the red list. So I've actually, my sorting, of course, but this week definitely I'll focus more on organizing things a bit more. I'm saying this for the last in live session also we discussed this, but this time definitely by this week the organizing will be much more in a better way, because I created the event list, the CB list, and everything, but then again I was deleting the list over here. So everything I was sorting on the basis of was color coded, where my the best candles, best priority setups is on my red list. W, this blue list, dark blue list is nothing but your W merging. Similar to that the earlier thing which we saw, the earlier stock which we saw. So it was Lloyd's. So how we are seeing things over here. So again, Lloyd's, the daily is like this. So I'm anticipating that at least a V12 type. Definitely no CVs were seen over here, but even the same thing happened in uh, Salazar. But Salazar CVs were really good. I will definitely Lloyd's. I don't know why this is in my red list. I'll definitely the organizing part will. I'll definitely take more care of it. The green ply is like this. So green ply, your monthly is like this. 3 month is like this, and your weekly is like this. So yeah, again weekly expecting a good M10, anticipating a M10. So this might come to V12 or V25. So this is what it is. Adani Green again. It's a monthly STF. Your 50 was like this, 1020 below, now 1020 above. So now you know actually I don't know if you remember we discussed a Chennai Petro structure. Man, in Chennai Petro on daily we got a CB. The consolidation happened on two candles. Later, the consolidation happened again on like this type so in Chennai Petro. So similar, uh, not the best one, but the f- yeah. So over here we got the consolidation, we got a DC, we got the test over here, and again we might get something over here. So that is what I'm anticipating. We got a CB here, consolidation, again a DC, consolidation. So might get a V12 or a V25, but definitely it's below 10 because M is my STF over here. Even if it goes over here, from here, I'll be ready to skip because not the best looking chart. It's super volatile though, especially these candles. I would love to see a V12 below this over here somewhere. That would be the best one. I would see the candles if they're flattening, inside bars are happening. That would be the best one. Um, yeah, so I've sorted all the FNO in my Cyan list. So whenever I'm checking my the CB list, so I can get to know okay, this is an FNO stock. So the DNA or the perspective on FNO are different. These are all my MWSTF, which I would love to play on. Uh, Relativity wise, M would be better in all these cases. So red list all the priority ones, the V12s, the actually this the organizing again. As I've said, please forgive me this time. I was not ready with the organizing while doing this video. Definitely from tomorrow itself, the organizing would be much more better because all I used to segregate were on stocks wise like V12 priority. Orange list is my doubts list, and which I have to discuss. And pink list was nothing but your FNO stocks coming under pink list. So definitely, organizing will take part. I will definitely be organized with the stocks starting tomorrow itself. So this is a green list. It has said M10, but just 2 days back I've deleted all the lists and I've to change the name. Here you get all those you know these types of setups on daily. So these I would really love to discuss with you because these are the only stocks that I am a bit struggling right now. I'm not able to objectify them. I'm subjectivity wise. I'm getting to know okay, the M10, the green line, the first M10 moving average is upslope, so you know it is going up. But I'm not able to objectify them. So Purvankara. So I had shared this chart in the chart section, similar to Chennai Petro, which we discussed a long back in the live session. Similar like this, and you got the move. Like you got a so yeah, the silly doubt over here was this like 9%. You got that 19-20% move and 10% move. Of course, I asked earlier also, and you did mention that when your W buyers or monthly buyers get activated, you get this. But in W, if you see the move, you got a drop, you got the flattening of the price, you got a DC which took your price above 10 MA. But then we certainly got a continuation candle. What we see is that at least hype it. What we anticipate would be the best. Of course, there are rising V12s as well, but what we anticipate is that the price goes near the high, gives an M10 on W, and that gives a move, just like how Gallant gave us. So that's how was anticipating. But yeah, certain stocks being stocks are they're having their all uniqueness. So yeah, so just 9%. I guess the weekly buyers came in 20% and 10%. So just my doubt was just this, that during live markets when I'm taking a position over here, how will I know? Okay, like 20% हो सकता है or 10% हो सकता है, because over here when the horizontal cycle started of on this, so it was of 9%. So that is what I was anticipating. So then the next one is CDSL. CDSL, I discussed with you that the difference between the CDSL and I was looking at pinpoints. So CDSL gave a CB. Consolidation was like this. Let's check it on RD. How the RD consolidation was pretty decent enough until this thing. Yeah, this thing was the game changer. You got a DC over here, and probably this is what CDSL was really a good chart to trade on. Came near the highs, consolidated, and gave up. Over here, just like IDBI, when we discussed, not like a single DC, but cumulative candles that took the price up. So definitely a beautiful one. Pepco Home again, similar. That why did it give M10 way, because the MAs were flattening, So Repco Home, I was not anticipating that it would be giving this, because even I had shared the chart in the group saying that the Repco Home may come near because MAs are going flat. So this was the reason. So um, the MAs were going flat. So over here, this thing I was looking at closely, but the MAs were going flat and it gave a good move. Yeah, 361, the best. Yeah, yes, so over here also the same stocks are coming, sir. So over here I was thinking, okay, now 50 and these bandwidth will act as my support. So yeah, this is what I was anticipating for, and candles are good over here. I guess can look for some certain few buys. What do you think? So are you able to get my mindset? What I'm trying to say, was I clear enough in conveying what I wanted to say? Uh, because of course, definitely, sir. Organizing, I will definitely take part. But in just maintaining this list, seeing how I anticipate things like Modison was in my stock. After that, watching the push and pull video also, I'm trying to objectify things and the stocks. Like I see that now they are such a downsloping. You're getting the CB here. Your CB you got from not from here, but from the MA itself. So what do we see that कि ठीक है ये MA के low तक आ सकता है. The bandwidth भी support करेगा. That acts as a probabilistic mindset type, and from here we can get the move. Wherever if you feel that I'm going wrong in any terminology and any thinking, you're free to. I'm super open to opinions, or I just want to do it all right. Try to be on the right path, sir. So over here also again, it's an event 1020. How do I see this? Uh, Arley, let's check. Arley was the best. No, not the best. Sorry. It's pretty volatile. So just don't know like how would my trading plan be. But of course, this is not the best setup. We didn't get any good CBs, no linear type setups. In fact, the down moves were much more linear, but the up moves weren't linear. Rising on smaller candles, not the best. Sorry. HEG. HEG I was looking at. I'd even discussed HEG. So HEG it all came over here. So HEG again push and pull of MS if you see 200 is present. My MS M I got a CB. Of course, it would be best to go towards 50, but it did not, and made a higher low. Still, the significance of higher low came after this CB candle. So if you mark the CB candle low, so W CB candle low has been marked. This was a CB candle, and price dropped, never closed below on weekly, dropped, flattening. We got a DC again, CB again, which went crossed above 10 MA, and the weekly we are getting the inside bars. On daily again, we have to check the moving averages to time the particular thing, because I learned this whole setup from BTC chart, which we will discuss uh, in quite a next chart. We'll discuss BTC, and similar things I was spotted in BTC. Similar observations were made from BTC in HEG. So in HEG, we see that we get the drop, the W, the DC white line has been marked over here, goes below, MAs are down, you get a CB, boom, get down move, again you get certain up moves, candles. So now your 50 stack support has been taken over here, but still, over here you get few candles, you get this candle. Okay, then after this candle, what you see is that during live market, how my mind would work. This is how I'm anticipating things. So over here, volatile candle definitely. But it would be best to see some few candles, good smaller IBs type or smaller candles over here. But suddenly we get a DC again, which, yeah, so takes the DC near the highs, we get the resistance, comes near the DC low, and this is where this inside bar becomes a good spot, good entry to buy, and boom, it goes. W is like this, definitely a good one. There's some more moves left, I guess. One more candle, or probably if your monthly gets activated over here. So, and anticipation wise, also, even if you see Nazar, okay, if this would have been a daily chart, how would I have been traded? Of course, the dynamics were different, but should I see a VCC here? Can I see a three candles here? Because seeing a VCC over here or a good consolidation near this high is also right. And even if we see a continuation of say 3 to 4 candles of monthly, that is also right. So how do we anticipate things? Should we narrow down a perspective on lower time frames, or bring that tunnel type narrow focus on lower time frames, or how do we take things over here? So just small management issues, but yeah, take care. These not the best place that I'm stucking at, but usually something like central bank. Say central bank I was really eyeing upon, and many stocks are like these. Like Padamji paper, I was really stuck at. So central bank over here, of course, relativity. We got the V25, got the CB here, 12%. Higher lows been made here, and it gave a move which went above 10 and the whole bandwidth. Now over here, similar in Linde India. So Linde India, of course, the price for the MS went a bit flattish on hourly, which you when we were discussing about daily M10. On hourly, Linde India went below 20, 20 below went 50, and you got few moves and the price was flattening. But over here, they are upsloping. Similar to this. If you see, this is a nice upsloping move. So will the central bank really, give the move or not? Is the question. So I'm really stuck at these points. How would my buying area be? Would I be buying here? I would definitely. This would be the best buy. I got my DC here, and coming near the DC low. Even this 9 a.m. candle you get all flat. So this is also 9 o'clock candle you get first candle, and then all everything goes flat. So this is also good buy. So how would the uh, buying be? Now again, one more beautiful. Of course, here the 10 also never went below 20. So definitely this was a bullish stock, and M10. Boom. Beautiful, beautiful. Like I missed this one, but I again a beautiful one. Similar again here, again which we are discussing here. Again, I felt like the price, the MAs were a bit flattish over here, and because the way it was coming, can you see this flattening? We felt, but again, NSL gave the up move, and yeah, so a bit just stuck over here in these types of stocks. How will it happen? It did not even react from the 200 probably. Uh, anticipation are like 200 react, go up, 200 would be the best, but it did not give that. So how do we see things over here on these levels, especially with the NSL? Will it come over here or not? Is the becomes a question mark, because over here to here, if you see the relativity consolidation, but here to here, you know, we're not seeing that much. Probably it would be a bit of linear types, but again, I'm a bit stuck over here. So yeah, sir. All stocks are like similar to those types of structures. HBL, uh, Wonderla, Gulf Oil. Gulf Oil relativity will come in because uh, I guess weekly or your monthly is in good uptrend. Yeah, hard to go. It's looking to buy this over here because I guess one more trade. I guess you showed about we did talk about Mangalam Cements. So even there we had the same. Yeah, similar to these, yeah, but 20 never went below 50. I guess this is the filtration. Probably 20 not going below 50, and we can't expect the tens. Whenever 20 goes below 50, and uh, you know when 20 go below 50, and probably we can see that it might take support probably at 20 again. So, but over here, Hutco and Mangalam Cements, I was seeing some similarities. Of course, it has tested the high. Probably any good consolidation. I guess this is the best consolidation. But of course, our ETF, we have to see the best entries. Probably my best entry would be over here because now the structure, it's like a step by step, the higher low type. So probably if it falls less, then it would not be the best thing to see. Even if it falls like this, the best thing would be to see, we'll see a correction over here, probably a VCC over here, which will take the thing. So that's what I'm looking at. So that's how my mind works. So, what do you think? Do let me know. I'm super enthusiastic on watching more charts like Gallant, where Gallant or Salazar, where your MWD buyers all were merged together, and that was really good. The best one, actually. Not only even 6 months was 6 month. Can you see? Yeah, 6 month. These are the purple ones are my CB candles. So 6 month was we had a move on 6 months. Then M became shallow over here. The high, break the high. Or yeah, over here we got the consolidation. Weekly was again a beautiful, M10 or a DC, beautiful year, and daily was definitely the best of the best. We got a V12. This was a rather subjective, but to objectify this, when we see that your H would give you M10 over here, the best objectification for entries was seen on Arley. So on Arley, if you see, Arley touchdown 200, the best timing, the best entries over here. When it came near 200 from the range, and boom, that's when your weekly move started. We started getting the weekly moves, and boom, it went. Yeah. So probably this gave 100% in I guess 3 weeks. So one of the best moves, and I often, I guess one more was Salazar, which I have said you many. Yeah. So this one was another a beautiful move which we got. This is Salazar was here. M was like this. Weekly buyers were 10 close above. We got an inside bars. The daily was like this. So this was the best part about the yeah. So here your 50 was like this. You got a CB, DC, you got a CB. Price never came and took support at 50. So when we got the DCC, we here price later we got a gap down, and here the price here I was looking to buy. I remember the dates. It was in December. Yeah, 13 December. Yeah, perfect. I still remember the my mind how it was going during these days. I was thinking to buy, but I did not buy. I was not happy with these things happening. But when we look at an overview, when we bring in monthly and W perspectives, being being those time frames being our STF, then D being like this makes sense. And of course, the push and pull moving average has been a great insight for me. So yeah, that's where it took support, and that's where the move came, like 40% in a few days itself, and after a few weeks, I guess 3 4 weeks, we got 100% mover. Like this was at 55. Yeah, we got a split of 1:5, but it was nearing 55 that time, so it did go the best. Yeah, 10 rupees went to 33. One of the best, beautiful Salazar. And I really like being in these setups like where your MW are together. At least you get 40% movers, and if your 6 month or 3 month are together, you get like blast moves like 100% are is nothing. So of course, I'm just loving the markets. It's beautiful. It's always great insights, sir. And you also gave great insight. All creativity work coming in. Thoda organizing. I'm really good at organizing, but this time I was a bit losing some trades, and I was deleting the watch list, making some new, trying to organize more better and color code it in an easy form. But definitely it will be much more better. Organizing will be much more better. Yeah, signatory over here. Discuss this one as well. This particular thing, you know, um, 50 was down. All your MAs were down. In stocks which we saw now, we are only at 20 was below 50. So probably we can get the support, take support from 20 and give the move. But over here, the whole bandwidth was down, and here the bandwidth you get the support over here. You get big long shadows, and beautiful. Because we didn't get an inside buy here, probably we could have got a test over here. But yeah, so this is how it is. These are the my main doubts list. So like Mindtech, if you see, uh, how would I have traded here? Of course, if it was not enough framework, I would have skipped it, and probably this one was where I would have skipped it because the MAs are wide, just like Navkar, how Navkar gave, but the RSI was strong, so it came near 60 from here itself. Navkar RSI was nearing 40 when we got this. Uh, yeah, it was nearing 50. Okay, never went nearing 60, but this was the best candle. So yeah, this is about that. Aegis again, 20 went below 50. We got the move, and we got an M10 over here. So Arley, the only thing was like Arley, we got a CV candle. Consolidation was good, but similar consolidation we saw in IDBI as well. So why Aegis we got this move, and why not in IDBI? Probably the timings part also was faster. Okay, we can say that the timing over here was similar. We keep getting the feel, the whole overview when we zoom out the whole thing. You can come to know that probably this might happen or that might happen. But how do we objectify these things are the only thing. Because here, if I remove everything. Here, if I zoom out, at least this part, if I see, this is perfectly fine. But if I look more closely to this thing, okay, the MS were down. But then to objectify, I feel that it would be best if it comes near 50 and give it a move. So these things only I was stuck at. Really gave me Goldium. Yeah, Goldium. Goldium M is like this. Beautiful. Yeah, actually, me and Nile, we chat mostly, often, very often, every day, and we discuss a lot of stocks. And yeah, so yeah, so Goldem is a 6 month setup, just like Gallant Dispat. 3 months, beautiful, okay, not the beautiful, okay. M M is also good, like we getting flattening of price, and here we got a CB which from the range your 10 is upsloping. We got an M10 over here, the M10 setup type, M10 contractions. We got a upper shadow here. It went here. Probably it will take a support over here, near this low. And from now it can go like this. My certain areas where I'm stuck at, I'll just summarize it, is that the timings part. Of course, timings part I try to crack down, where like if your WM10 means H range, just how we discuss in Salazar. So we here probably D. But before we go into D, let's check the weekly, how it's forming. Because in Salazar also weekly was forming. So here we got this move, all beautiful lower shadows, beautiful, stating that the demand is in. Drop, low again, low shadow drop near the support, perfect. The location was right. Flattening of price, getting a DC that closes above 10. Consolidation. Consolidated for 2 3 weeks probably. And now let's go to daily. Daily, of course, as M10, MM10. So daily, this will be present. Daily, we got a CB here, 10 20 downslope, upsloping. Now, isn't this becomes a good place to buy? So this is my doubt. Again, I'll be share follow up. I will share with a BDC chart, because BDC chart is again similar to these types of uh, perspective only was applied in BTC as well. So same similar applying. I'm trying to apply on Goldium as well. So let's go to BDC. Yeah. So BDC here. Okay, let's go first. So here we got a drop. CB, CB. This CB tried to go below 10, but of course the energy was used. So of course it might fall down. It was falling down, consolidating, and we get a DC over here. So on monthly we get this DC, beautiful, and we see the consolidations inside this DC. Now, of course, the doubts which I had was, why not this or this? Why this we got? Even in between weekly also, there were certain setups. I will go in weekly. There were certain setups in weekly where, yeah. So here we went. We did not touch 200. We were 200 because all our upsloping. But from here only we got the monthly DC, which told us कि ठीक है कि the DC low must not be broken, and the consolidation will take place inside. So here again, if you see, MAs of flattening. Also, if I go in daily chart, we did not see a DC over here, because the daily we had a V25 over here, and the DC, there was not a proper good DC that took the from 50 to 10 moving, crossing the 10 moving average on daily. So and on weekly we were seeing that the MAs were flattening. So probably not the best place to buy. But I was looking at this thing during that time. We did not know much about push and pull, and this is July. So I guess during that time only we started with the mentorship, and I was a pretty much enthusiast to buy over here. But yeah, everything makes sense now, of course. Okay, so okay, so monthly we saw that we got the DC. The DC lowers were marked. Now on lower time frame only we have to go ETF minus one, ETF minus two for our entries. 200 is that means range is present. 200 was down slope, flattish. Once was resistance, change of polarity, now it's support. Drop, flattish, testing of MAs. You get the DC and you get the close over here above 10. Why we got the close over here? We can see that within this DC of M, monthly DC, we have to see the consolidation. And over here we saw that event on weekly, that my weekly is closing above 10. So that really helps in timing the aspects and buying the efficiency, not holding for long, and but at the same time buying only as soon as you buy, the stock blasts. So over here we got a moving average of 10 above, price going above moving average of 10. And next, yeah, this becomes our event. Now let's go on daily over here. Okay, how the consolidation will takes place. Weekly pay, finally, if you see that what was being a resistance here, now it's being flattish and upslope. But here the better timing would have been on daily. But still, on weekly, the doubts were just that how can I, objectify even this thing? के ये दो candle का correction ही रहेगा. Probably I won't be, you know, seeing any inside bias over here. One more inside bias it could have been formed over here, but it didn't form over here. So how? Why will not? Why will it not? So let's go in D. So D, that particular area, if you see, downsloping of MS, completely downsloping. Slowly, the MS is turning up. You got a DC over here. Beautiful. Prices are being volatile. Volatile. Definitely not a good place to buy. Prices are volatile. And here, price, what was a resistance, tries to become a support, but it's here. Here, if you see the drop flattening, here was the best buy. Of course, it's still below 200, but if you look at it in a overview way, okay, this is a support type. This definitely is a support. Yes, 200 over here also it went down. It's a support. This definitely was below 200 daily. Here we could have placed our buy orders, and from there you see that the efficiency really we bring in. Here at this point on this place where I have marked, here your D buyers were met with W buyers were met with M buyers, who in turn met with 3M buyers. Now 3M we were having this type V12. So yeah, so from 20, 10 pay it went. The moving averages use at 10, 20, 50, 200. So that's where the buyers were there, and that's where we got the big move from. From here on, we got the big move, which really, even went really big, like, yeah, really big. So, of course. So now the doubts over here, so monthly thigh, this was the thing. Now the doubts was simple that TK 10, 20, 10 was below my 20 moving average, 10 crossed. So I never saw another, move coming up to 10, like how we were seeing in Goldium on BTC. So here, if they were in a range, 10 upslope, price is coming near 10. On weekly, if you see, it's like how in Bitcoin we saw uh, merging all the DWM buyers into monthly buyers. So now I can see that my W, anytime it can be activated because it has given an event at 10. I have to see the inside bars, but the best way to would be to again go into my hourly to objectify more on daily, to objectify more on daily, that the support turning into resistance. Now is this will be my good point? Of course, I'm not looking it's not looking the best, linear types. So how will it be? How we have to wait? Will I get these types of moves over here again, like flattish type, flattish, and probably from here I can get a move. So how do we anticipate things? Uh, but so sir, I guess it's been more than 55 minutes. I know I did stammer somewhere here, somewhere there. This was just a candid type because for this whole day I was really stuck on those particular ones. These types of setups which I discussed like CDSL or central bank, central bank on 20, 20 being below 50 and being upslopes. Is this an M10 or a test over here as a 50? So these are the doubts. These were the things. I still feel that this won't be touching 50, because in earlier charts we saw that the 200 was also present very closely over here, and something like Indian Hue. So being 200 present here, and your 50 is also downsloping here, so 50 might come here. So probably because 50 is flat over there, so probably 10-20 ka bandwidth ho sakta hai. And that's what I'm anticipating. But I just did wanted to uh, 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 talk with you, have a chat with you, have a discussion with you that am I on the right path or not? Have you seen my mindset, how my things are working? Of course, organizing part, actually, as I said, everything was organized earlier. To just 2 days back, I had deleted all the lists because some things I was a bit confused on. So, but yeah, organizing part I'll definitely take care of on now. So yeah, so what do you think? Of course, nothing was planned. Everything was a bit random, but I hope you have catch my mindset, and this is it. So, what do you think? So do let me know, and do let me know the chart specific ones also if you want to discuss. Do let me know. So it would be really best to discuss with you. Thank you so much for your time, and thank you so much for hearing me out.